Throughout the enriched, lore-engulfed history of the Star Wars galaxy, there have been a multitude of games that make up at least 1/4 of the Star Wars lore that we have come to understand and comprehend. Games like the Skywalker Saga, Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Survivor, and finally, the legendary game The Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, and Knights of the Old Republic 2 have made up some of the most intriguing, dire, and unknown parts of the Star Wars galaxy, like The Old Republic and the innings of the Great Jedi Purge, after the initial stages of it were completed in the events post-Order 66 by Darth Vader and his 515th Battalion of Clone Troopers. Later, we have seen a multitude of other games be rising and falling. We have seen games rise and fall, and today we shall be exploring one of them. We shall be exploring the hidden lore surrounding Star Wars Battlefront 2. In Star Wars Battlefront 2, we can clearly see that in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the gameplay is absolutely incredible. But what about Battlefront 3? And even more specifically, Battlefront 4. Battlefront 4 took place in a variety of alternate timelines, where the heroes were villains and vice versa. And today, we shall be exploring another one of the concept arts, Darth Vader's most powerful suit and his golden lightsaber that he attained after he rose to prominence as leader of the Empire. Goodbye, my friends, and prepare for the ride of a lifetime as we journey through the world between worlds and discover the hidden meaning and depth and lore orbiting Darth Vader's hidden golden suit, and what the Battlefront 4 developers originally had in planned and in store for it. So here it is, Emperor Vader. While I've already done a video about Emperor Vader, this one I wanted to cover in a separate video, because this video on its own is going to be reasonably long for this series, and there's so much I want to cover. So going over the first image, this is Emperor Vader, obviously as the title suggests on the video, and Emperor Vader up there. We can see that Darth Vader's respirator has been severely upgraded. We can see a unique Durasteel plating of armor, possibly heavily reinforced to make blaster fire penetrating it almost impossible, unless a continuous barrage is fired at the same spot. He still retains his linen black clothing that we've come to know of him from. He seems to be moderating in a similar grace of royalty, like that of the Count of Sereno and Dooku, and noble house of Emperor Palpatine, like Palpatine did once he was Emperor of the Galactic Empire. We can see in this video and image that Darth Vader has severely upgraded his suit, while he still retains the same mask and still has been maimed, severely damaged, burned, and crippled by his former master and Jedi protege Obi-Wan Kenobi on Mustafar. We can see that Anakin has severely upgraded his suit. We can see that he has a nightmare black cape flowing down, rippling as the wind blows. We can also see quite clearly here that Darth Vader, or Emperor Vader under this dire circumstance, has a hood slung over while not adorned over his enormous plated mask that has become the stuff of nightmares for many innocent children. We can see that he is clearly just residing there, proving that he does have one. His legs' armor seems to be severely reinforced, although the majority of it is shrouded behind his cloak. While this one is certainly interesting, it is nothing compared to this. This one is the reason you most likely clicked on this video right now. This one right here sees Vader in gold, and in my opinion, this would be Vader if he still retained the memories of Anakin Skywalker, had not been as severely maimed and injured, but still remained maimed and severely injured on Mustafar, but not as severely as he was. We can see that his apparatus has been swapped out, possibly for a unique protection device that makes it nigh invincible to attack. His armor has been lined and inlaid with gold. His cape is flowing out, with a crimson banner inlaid within it, the colour of blood. We can also see that he has red, black and golden banners cascading down his armor, as well as a belt. His hands covered in there and shrouded in their signature black cloth, also seem to be adorned with gold. He seems to be wearing his empire symbol with pride and strutting the streets as Emperor Vader, waiting for someone to eventually challenge him. Another detail I noticed is his golden lightsaber, severely different from the Skywalker lightsaber that has become one of the most famous, instrumental, and crucial artifacts in all of Star Wars lore that was used by Anakin Skywalker and later modified upon by Darth Vader. We can see this lightsaber has been plated with gold, possibly due to the fact he has the entirety of the Empire's wealth to spare for his needs, and to encompass his desires. He can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, to the entire galaxy. There is no one left in the galaxy, not even Grandmaster Yoda himself, who has the power and force potential to stop him. Sidious is long dead. You killed him yourself. Darth Vader is now Emperor, with his golden lightsaber and a crimson blade jutting from it. There is nothing that stands in his way. Another concept art I thought I should briefly cover, at least in this video, is this one. This is my favourite concept art of the entire series, with slight modification on the classic Darth Vader outfit, and his respirator still intact. On this side, we can see the cybernetics as well as the respirator still intact. However, his mask has been removed, possibly to suggest that this chainmail cloak, well, not necessarily chainmail, but this chain possibly has Bacta being forced into his wounds all the time, making it more easier for him to walk, move, and virtually function without the need of a heavy, dormant, and fear-inspiring mask. We can see Darth Vader has chosen to inlay his robes, which was formerly a perpetual nightmare black colour, in with crimson, a deep, dark crimson. His Skywalker lightsaber still remains, and it seems he has taken a memento from Darth Sidious. Moving on to this one. Far more interesting than the last one, I believe, as the last one only has miniaturized burnt scar tissue and severe wounds, reminiscing the ancient memories of Mustafar. We have a hood shrouding in complete mystery, an eerie glow emanating from Darth Vader's own respirator system. His respirator system seems to have been upgraded. In my opinion, this is Emperor Vader a few years into the reign of the Empire. He is now full and healed enough in order for the fact he can walk around and act normally, like a human would, although still restricted in its movements. A black flowing cape begins to flow down him, rapidly soaring and deeply rippling throughout his entire build. We can see that Darth Vader's respirator has been severely upgraded, with crimson lights as well as a crimson sphere flashing. We can see durasteel plating, possibly signifying the emblem of the Sith, and blazing yellow eyes. Well, my friends, what did you think of this? Do you really believe that this would be Emperor Vader if he had still been maimed on Mustafar, but had somehow figured out a way and deduced the most likely tactic that would end the life of his master in Darth Sidious, one of the greatest Sith Lords who ever lived? I hope you're enjoying this mini-series we have been conducting on the channel recently. Goodbye. I'll see you in a galaxy far, far away, and pay your respects and kneel before the wrath of the Emperor.